Greetings, Genesee Valley. I'm Josh Williams, a.k.a. Nick Curry, for our Halloween special. As you can see, our York garb. I'm subbing in here for Chris Graham. Chris is actually getting his Halloween costume ready, along with Brian Jackson, former GeneseeSun.com reporter here. And here we have
Chad Eaton, a.k.a. Andrew Short.
Andrew Short. All right. I like the representation here. Chad, we just spent the other night there in Rochester covering the Avon sectional title. It was a great game. What'd you think about that game?
You know, Avon came out, played really well against Red Jacket this week. 14-6 big victory, clinching the title. Big news for Avon.
Absolutely. Avon, this is the 5th year in a row that Avon's been in the championship game. It was a tough game. They ran into a very talented Red Jacket team that had a strong defense, strong offense. So they came into a team, Red Jacket, that was quite talented and could put up points, but the elements were the story of this game.
Yeah, really windy, really cold, as I know.
Yeah, both teams combined had 4 turnovers. There were a couple more fumbles that happened that they were able to recover. If you look at the penalties from that game, and Avon had 12 penalties for 103 yards. So the penalties, their turnovers, you can see the elements come in there, and Avon was able to control the game, though. Which team do you think really performed the best despite the score and dealing with the elements?
You know, Avon, I think they came out on top. You know, their defense played really well, held Red Jacket to 88 rushing yards.
Yeah, and that really was the story of the day. You know, one thing is Cry, the Avon quarterback, was phenomenal out of the shotgun offense. Avon head coach Andy Englert did a phenomenal job. Normally, he was a little bit more conservative in his traditional play calling. He usually likes to go. He has a lot of tricky offense, but because of elements, you just couldn't do that. So he had to play a more conservative game, which relied a lot on Cry, who was phenomenal running out of the shotgun. He would have a back to the left, a back to the right, but the most success that Avon had for that game was Cry running off a tackle or a guard.
The run game definitely for Avon helped them. Jake Martinez, another one, 87 rushing yards and a touchdown. Really, that rushing game got him going.
Yeah, and we're streaming this live, and I went back to the video, which is available at Ustream. Just search the Red Jacket Avon game. You can take a look at this in our play-by-play. But one of the clutch passes was from Cry to Ambroselli there that set up early, just at the end of the first half score. But with those elements, and now moving forward, though, they hoisted a trophy, and now we're looking at Avon with maybe a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a run. Next week they're going to play for the state qualifier against Notre Dame. That's at 12 p.m. November 3rd. And
Notre Dame just beat Clyde Savannah, which is deep and talented, so you have to know that Batavia Notre Dame is bringing a team to play Avon.
And this week, Geneseo girls volleyball advances with a win over Alexander.
Aubrey Johnson, once again, the centerpiece for the girls volleyball program. But, man, they really did get off to not such a hot start that you like to go into the playoffs. They had to bye the first round. They take this round, but it was like 25-20. They just narrowly squeaked out the first 2 games of that match. And then they came out, they got it in, they won 25-10 in the third and deciding game. They really need to do that. And in sectional play, we see this a lot. Your mindset, you're nervous, and Coach Buteri really talked a little bit about this, and it's like play within your ability. And we hear that a lot from coaches. You try and think a little bit more spectacular as you got the crowds, they build up the level of competition. But, thinking about this and some of the other teams we have in the league, that's a great mindset to start to build on and think about, because you don't want to get caught in an early loss against some of these lower-seeded teams.
And they're going to go on to play Warsaw, which is 3rd seed, and hopefully a big win out of there.
Yeah, and but Warsaw always feisty. They have a great program there. We might actually run in Brian Jackson, who reports for them down there, but I'm sure we'll do a better job than Brian Jackson can report on in sports. And moving on from the girls volleyball, we're going to have Geneseo once again boys soccer.
Yep, I'm going to take on a talented Keshequa team.
And as we know, Keshequa, which does not have a football team, they put their best athletes out on the soccer pitch, and it's going to be a big challenge for Geneseo. But they held off a feisty Bishop Kearney team, winning in double overtime.
Yeah, really impressive win over Bishop Kearney. They're moving in the right direction here.
You know, there were some early lumps in the season with the Geneseo sports program, but what we're seeing now is a team that's gone through it, and they're fighting it out, and they're doing a great job. And now that takes us to the opposite end here, to the girls' soccer.
Cal Mum girls soccer this week, big win 2-1 over Red Creek. Emily Phillips scored 2 goals for them, and assisted by Sarah Biondolillo, and Abby Webster. And, you know, the Cal Mum soccer, everybody thinks, oh, Cal Mum, football. But little do we know, most people know that Cal Mum, tremendous, spectacular reputation with girls soccer. I mean, they're just always there. They're always putting out championship team. This is just, it's no news to most people because they're always there. And it's very exciting to see Cal Mum rallying. And they're going to have on the 1st, they're going to go up against this talented Alexander team. It's going to be interesting to see what the Raiders can do. November 1st is going to be their next game, and we'll be there to cover that as well. And that's, you know, we're looking at wrapping up our fall sports season, which leads us to York basketball.
York basketball, absolutely. As being a former York guy, York player here, it's really exciting to see to see everybody getting ready. I'm excited to see about York's play. What do you think York's going to do for the season?
I think they're going to be really good. You know, they're looking to repeat that sectional title record of 18-4, last year. Tyler Schutz, Andrew Short, T.J. Coleman, Nick.
We just got ninja'd. That's awesome. All right, so anytime you say Logsdon, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's recovering off an ACL tear, hopefully getting back between December, averaging 14.3 points a game last year, so obviously a key component here. We had this conversation, but the Section 5 basketball, and especially in Livingston County, it's going to be some tough competition. Geneseo is going to put out a solid team with Lofquist in the center and Moe at the guard. We're going to see some great basketball here. I think this could be the best season in the history of Livingston County with all the talent that we have here. It's going to be spectacular doing that. And one of the things that we're going to be bringing to the table at the Genesee Sun, now that we've experimented a little bit with the streaming live, is that we're going to be broadcasting quite a few of these York basketball games live as well. So I'm really excited about that. And our play-by-play skills are getting better. Yeah, they are.
And you did a great job there at the last game out in the weather. It's going to be nice during the winter time here because we're going to be in the cozy confines of the York Gymnasium.
Yep, Ed Orman, talked to him the other day. You know, he's getting all our equipment hooked up there for us, so we'll have no problem getting in there.
Well, we're real excited about what we're going to do next season. I'm Josh Williams, reporting for GeneseeSun.com. Next week we'll hopefully have Chris Graham back if he makes it through trick-or-treating.
I'm Chad Eaton, reporting here.
Have a great week, folks, and we'll see you next week.